Hello English learners, in this video we are going to be watching another interview of a celebrity, a famous movie actress named Elizabeth Olsen, who has been in TV series like WandaVision and is also in the new movie Doctor Strange. In this video she will talk about her career and experiences in the movie industry. And we will learn many common American expressions and also different slang terms through this interview that you might try in your everyday conversation. So if you would like to be entertained while practicing your English listening skills and learning some new vocabulary, keep watching.
Welcome back to the
show.
show.
Oh my gosh, in person.
And it's great to see you in person.
Yes, in the flesh.
Thank you so much for, you helped us out on Zoom, and then we actually did
I didn't help you.
You did.
I just was there once.
No, well that's helping our show, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much for doing that. We also did a great bit together based off of WandaVision, and that was one of our best bits that we've ever done on the show. Congrats on WandaVision, by the way.
In this clip, Elizabeth says, in the flesh.
Great to see you in person.
Yes, in the flesh.
Flesh is another word for body, in particular the softer parts of the body. And if we say the phrase in the flesh, it just means in person, not over the phone, not via email. You are face to face. So you could say, it's nice that we can finally get together in the flesh for the holidays, or in person for the holidays. Also in this clip, Jimmy Fallon, the interviewer, says this phrase.
We also did a great bit together based off of WandaVision.
A bit is a short comedy performance. On comedy shows or even talk shows like this one, you might see little bits being done. And apparently at some point, Jimmy did a bit about a show that Elizabeth Olsen was in called WandaVision. You might have heard of WandaVision. He used the phrase based off of, which means that it has similar parts or characters, or takes inspiration from the show WandaVision. Oftentimes you hear about movies being based off of books. So Jimmy used the phrase based off of, but you might also hear the phrase based on. And it means the exact same thing as based off of. Also in this clip, we hear the phrase, congrats.
Congrats on WandaVision, by the way.
Congrats. And if you didn't hear it before, you might guess that it's a shortened, informal form of the word congratulations. Sometimes we just say, congrats.
What was that like for you, that experience of having an award show and everyone around?
It was weird. I mean, it was very surprising. No one does a Marvel job and thinks that you're going to get nominated for something.
Yeah, you don't get it. Yeah, you don't get it. Yeah, but you did.
But we did, and then we actually got to celebrate together for the first time at the Emmys because we wrapped during COVID, and I wish that everyone was together, like department heads and everything. But it was really special getting to be there and celebrate our show among like really serious things.
Yeah.
And we just had a good time.
It was so good and different and creative that you had to be applauded for that. It was just so fun to watch, and we'll talk about Doctor Strange, but congrats on that, and you nailed it.
Elizabeth Olsen says this phrase.
No one does a Marvel job and thinks that you're going to get nominated for something.
Yeah.
To nominate means to choose someone to be considered for, in this case, an award. But we can also use this to mean to choose someone to be considered for a political office, right? Like a president, or really any type of office. So Elizabeth Olsen is talking about being nominated or chosen to be considered for a movie award, an Emmy they are called. Jimmy says,
You don't get it. Yeah, you don't get it. Yeah, but you did.
But we did, and then
you crushed it. To crush it is slang, it's informal, and it means to do an excellent job. So I could say, I crushed that test. She crushed her speech, right? And Elizabeth Olsen crushed her performance in her movie. She crushed it. Then we hear this phrase.
We'll talk about Doctor Strange, but congrats on that, and you nailed it.
And to nail something means to do a good job. It's kind of similar to crush it, right? So I could say, I nailed my job interview. Or in this case, Elizabeth nailed her performance.
I was reading up on you before this interview just to see if there's anything else that we haven't talked about, and I saw that you got your real estate license before your career took off?
I did.
In New York City?
While I was in college.
Really?
Yeah, I just wanted a summer job that wasn't at a restaurant.
What does it mean to read up on something? Jimmy says he was reading up on Elizabeth. This phrasal verb, read up on, means to get or find information about something by reading that information. So maybe you read it on the internet or a newspaper or by looking at some special documents. You're reading up on something. You're getting more information about that thing. And then we hear another phrasal verb, to take off. To take off. Okay, so this phrasal verb has a few different meanings, but in this context, take off means to suddenly become very popular or successful. So actors and actresses can be cast in one big successful movie, and then suddenly their careers might take off, right? They very quickly become very successful and will be asked to act in other movies. So, Jimmy said, before Elizabeth Olsen's acting career took off, she acquired her real estate license.
Let's talk about Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Oh my gosh. Big movie this weekend. Go see it IMAX if you can. I know you just had the big premiere in LA.
Yes.
How did that go?
It was really amazing. It's amazing to be in front of people clapping and screaming.
You missed that, right?
I'm really shallow. I really need it.
So do I. Please, I need it more than you.
But it was amazing to have a premiere in front of fans. I didn't watch it.
You don't watch yourself?
I haven't seen it. No, I do watch myself. I just decided I can't watch these Marvel movies at a premiere anymore.
Why?
Well, I just, every time I just watch it and I look around me and I'm like, well, it's our first flop. Like every time I just think it's our first flop.
You think
I saw Avengers Endgame and I looked around me and I said, is it our first flop?
Sometimes in English we use the phrase, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Oh my gosh.
And it's an exclamation that we use to show some strong emotion. So we might say it if we're surprised. We might say it like, oh my gosh. Or we might say it if we're angry. Oh my gosh. Or we might say it if we're sad. Oh my gosh. Right? It's just something we say to show, to express a deep, strong emotion. And it's a little less offensive than saying, oh my God, because some people might find using God in such expressions to be offensive. So we can also say, oh my gosh. So Elizabeth says this phrase,
I'm really shallow, I really need it.
And she kind of says it jokingly. She says she's very shallow. A shallow person doesn't care about important things or only cares about material things like money, for example. It's a negative adjective. And Elizabeth mentions that she likes receiving claps or applause because she's really shallow and she needs that. Again, she was just joking. And another clip.
Well, it's our first flop.
A flop is a failure, right? Or something that performed bad. And it is often used to talk about movies or music albums or shows that fail, right? So Elizabeth, while she is watching her movie premiere, is thinking that it is going to be a flop, right? That the movie is going to be a failure. Very pessimistic, right?
There's a theory online. Of course, no spoilers, and I don't want to tell anyone anything.
Spoilers.
Never. But there's some goodies in this one. Yeah, there's some cameos, maybe.
Maybe. I was hardly there.
You can't say anything. Yeah.
I was just me and a green screen and no
Just
other actors.
plug your ears a little bit and close your eyes.
Sure. But do you want to tell them?
No, I'm just gonna say
Okay.
there are cameos.
Oh yeah,
All right,
sure.
I wouldn't say who it is, but then there's theories online that say maybe your character in this film ends up being the villain.
Yes, I've heard about this.
In this clip, Jimmy tells Elizabeth Olsen to plug her ears. To plug your ears is to do this, right? So you can't hear. Plug your ears.
No, I'm just gonna say it.
No, I'm just gonna say it. No, I'm just gonna say it. Gonna is the reduced form of going to, as you might have already known, okay? No, I'm just gonna say it.
Your character in this film ends up being the villain.
What is a villain? A villain is the bad guy or girl in the movie, the one that everyone hates. So Jimmy is saying that other people are saying that Elizabeth's character in her film might be the bad person, might be the villain.
I've seen the film. I can't. This is me acting. This is my poker face.
Well, you know, I don't think of any character I play as a villain or a bad guy or a good guy.
Of course not. We love Elizabeth Olsen.
No, I love my characters.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Even if
I'm
you-
their advocate. I defend them.
Okay.
I just played an axe murderer, and I love her, and I think she's fabulous.
Wow. Wow. All right. So that's
Coming to you in fall.
coming up. Bring the whole family. Not in this one. Well, congrats on everything.
What is a poker face? Jimmy says that this is his poker face. Your poker face is the face you have when you are showing no emotion or trying to hide what you are thinking. This is the face that poker players have to make. Jimmy had on his poker face so that the audience and viewers at home did not know what he was thinking in that moment. So that is the end of today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed that interview, and I also hope you learned some new vocabulary and expressions. I want you to answer these questions in the comments. If you can't answer them, go back and watch that video. Subscribe if you would like more English lessons like this. Don't forget to like this video. And until next time, English learners.